So my leopard wrasse had a spinal injury yesterday. She was on her side. My guess is that what ended up occurring was she damaged her spine, got an internal injury, something happened that she was not able to hide herself into the sand. So what you'll see is I took her out and I quickly put her into a hospital tank and just observation, aeration, filtration, making sure she's comfortable, put some Tropic Eden sand, brand new sand in there, pulled water out of my display tank so that the water was at least cultured and there was no shock to anything. So pH, temperature, salinity, the chemistry matched. I did test the parameters in the Marin tank. Everything was fine. Professionals that I trust on that forum, they were telling me that it very much looked like a spinal injury based on how she was moving. And I do a little bit of a post-examination of the body of the leopard wrasse, and I saw that there was some blockage in her throat or in her mouth, which could have occurred when she was trying to dig into the soil but was unable to. So hopefully this helps anybody that wants to have a leopard wrasse. This is something you definitely do need to be concerned with, or at least monitor with this particular fish. They do jump. They're extremely strong, so they will damage themselves. Yeah, so thank you very much. And again, happy reefing, even with all of the ups and downs, and the downs can be hard. So we're gonna see him right now. Let's see how he's doing. I took him out, looked at him closely. So he's got clean water, the right salinity, matching pH, the temperature is matching. I put a little bit of construction paper around just to kind of give him some privacy, so it's not so, he doesn't feel like he's completely exposed. So here he is in a hospital tank that I set up, and what we're observing right now is the leopard wrasse is struggling because he is injured in his he injured his spine. So either it's fractured or it's broken. And when I had posted this particular video on Humble Fish Forum and Reef to Reef, it was pretty much determined that it's a bad spinal injury. And you can see this by the way that the fish is trying to reach the surface, and so he wants to go into the sand, and he can't get enough of velocity. He's unable to move his body the right way. And at some point in the next 20 minutes, he acquired some blockage in his mouth, which led to hypoxemia. I think I'm saying that right, where he was unable to move water into his mouth and through his gills. So he wasn't able to get the gas exchange for oxygen. And that's probably what actually led him to succumb to the spinal injury, was his inability to get oxygen. At this point, he's still breathing really hard. Yeah, so pretty tough to see. I mean, he was one of my last fish to get into my collection, and went through a quarantine and everything. So at this point, I'm just looking inside of her gills to see if I can see any maybe damage or flukes or something I didn't see before, wasn't aware of. Note that this is actually before I got a lot of professional feedback from the Humble Fish Forum regarding the behavior of the fish in that one video. And this is where I started, and I apologize, this is out of focus, and actually it's not really well captured on this video. I was using the camera light more than I was trying to record this, but there is definitely blockage that I was becoming aware of in her mouth. And that's when I started thinking that definitely something occurred where obstructions were building up inside of her mouth, or in the location of the gill tissues where water should be passing, and was preventing water from going through, and that's probably where she succumbed to the lack of oxygen. So yeah, unfortunately that's what's happening, and yeah, I just feel so bad.